Los Angeles. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, God.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You got to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. Welcome again to our friends in Dallas who hear us live now every night following Russ Martin on Live 105.3. Every night, 7 to 10. Every night, you can call in now from Dallas. We love it. We do. Tons of calls from Dallas. Tons of calls also from Baltimore. I mean, the numbers in Baltimore are through the roof. Dallas, we're at square one. We just went back to our rightful time slot, and it's going to take some time for everybody to know we're on live. I've seen the ratings at this time in Dallas, and we've been dug a little bit of a hole over the past year and a half we're going to have to get out of. And that means you have got to help us build our way back up to respectability at night. That means you've got to tell your friends we're on live now. They don't have to stay up till 11 to hear the show anymore. We're on live every night. So Russ Martin 3 to 7, then we're here 7 to 10, and then Loveline 10 to midnight. That's the lineup. Gotta love that. A listener named PJ. I want to thank PJ for sending this in. PJ, by the way, a female. PJ sent us an article from something called the King County Journal. I'll read you PJ's comments, and then I will read you the article, which I know you're going to have comments about this. Dear Tom, I thought you would find the following article interesting and possibly a topic of discussion. In case you don't know where Covington, Washington is, it's a few miles east of Tacoma. This article was on the front page of the King County Journal. Even though I am female, I am appalled at the special treatment women expect today. This is one subject where I am totally in agreement with you. And here is the article out of the King County Journal. Dateline, Covington, Washington. As a young single mother, struggling to scrape up money for college, Cassie Anderson decided last year to join the National Guard. The 20-year-old Covington woman never imagined when she signed her contract in April that the Army would send her to Iraq for 2 years. Boo-hoo-hoo. Broder, now 21, was apart from her son Nathaniel between June and December while she went through boot camp and specialized training to be a combat medic. While she was training, she learned over the phone from her mother that she would be deployed to Iraq for 2 years. When I signed up, my recruiter said I wouldn't be gone for more than 6 months, said Anderson, who said she'll fight to stay with her 2.5-year-old son. If they make me, I have no choice, Anderson said, but I'll fight it or fight for a shorter term. My parents can't watch Nathaniel that long, and I don't want to leave him that long. You know what? Can I tell you something, dear? By the way, very bad editing on the story. You probably noticed the same mistake I did. Later, as you read the story, you find out that Cassie Anderson was formerly known as Cassie Broder. She was married to a guy named Brent Broder, and she's now divorced. At one point in the story, they referred to her not as Cassie Anderson, but as Broder. That explains that mistake. Sloppy editing there at the King County Journal. But nonetheless, don't mean to confuse you. You know what, dear? The National Guard is not a welfare program. It is not there to help you pay for college. It is there to defend our country. When you signed up and took the money for college, you were taking the risk that we would go to war. The National Guard is there to protect America. It is not there so you can have money to raise your kid and go to school. That's not what it's for. You signed the goddamn contract, and you know what? You should be in Iraq. That is where you belong, with all the men who are risking their lives for our country. That is where you belong. Not home babysitting for your kid. You should be in Iraq. How stupid are you? Well, let's start off with number one. Had a baby at, 19 or 20? And two, signed up for the National Guard in order to help pay for your college. And you were so stupid you didn't realize that signing up to go to the National Guard might actually involve you being called into service of our country. That is what we've been paying you for, you moron. The reason we're giving you money for school is so that you will go and protect our country. It is my opinion that if somehow you manage to sway public opinion and sway the military into letting you get away with not being in Iraq for 2 years, you should give back every penny we've given you. Because that is what we've been paying you for, to protect our country. I don't care if your parents don't want to take care of your son for 2 years. You know what? You signed up. You signed up. We've heard these stories before. Women who don't want to be away from their kids. Women who are pregnant. Women who get pregnant while they're in the military. You know what? You should give back every penny. At least go in there and do what you are really doing. Apply for welfare, you lazy bitch. Just an opinion, of course. The story goes on to say that Anderson, formerly Cassie Broder, was married January 11th to an Army soldier who is now stationed in Germany. Because her husband Brent is a soldier, Anderson believes the Army will let her out of her commitment. So now I understand what's going on. First, she had a baby. Then, she got married. And now, she doesn't want to go into active duty. She said, well, my husband's in Germany. Who am I going to leave my son with? You know what? Now, you knew more about your personal situation than the Army did. You signed up. Now you need to pay us back by going to Iraq. It's not our problem. It says here, Anderson is a graduate of Auburn Adventist Academy. Oh, a religious organization. That's good. Says she is not AWOL. She is going through the formal process to be released from the National Guard. She said, I think they'll release me. I think I'm going to throw a big enough fit that they'll let me out. Oh, that's great. Aren't you proud? There you are serving our country, throwing a big fit and telling the newspaper all about it so they will let you out. I think the United States of America and the state of Washington should file a lawsuit against this woman to get back every penny she's been paid. Every penny for training, every penny for school, everything. I don't think she should get a goddamn dime. She was a single mother when she signed up. Now she's married and she doesn't want to go to Iraq. Tough luck. I can't believe they'd let her out. I can't believe it. She says if they don't let her out, she'll go to Iraq. She said, I'm not going to go AWOL. It's not worth going to prison. They could make me. If the Army is that desperate, I'll go if they really need medics. Anderson doesn't know when the Army intends to let her know its decision. She and Nathaniel are already preparing to move to Germany to live on the same base with Brent. See, that's what this is all about. She married some guy. She wants to be with him. She doesn't want to be in Iraq. This has nothing to do with the kid or anything else. It has to do with her wanting to be with her new husband in Germany. which is, last I looked, not anywhere near Iraq. She said, I'm still waiting. I could very well be sent. We'll have to wait and see what happens before we can go live in Germany. You should not be in Germany. You should be in Iraq, dear. Do you think I'm being unreasonable here?
Tom Leykis.
1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
You say you should get laid for free. There's no such a thing.
Oh, I see. So you're a whore.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Like us on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
Use our telephone number. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio. Talking about the babe in Covington, Washington. Well, last year was a single mother. And to make money for college, she signed up to join the National Guard. Signed the contract in April. And somewhere between April of 2003 and January, well, she married a guy who is also in the Army in Germany. Now she doesn't want to be sent to Iraq for 2 years. She's using the kid as her excuse. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Todd on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, what's up?
Just the ratings, Todd.
I know it. I love it here in Seattle. Your ratings are awesome.
Yes, thank you.
But you're a bastard, Tom.
I am a bastard.
Yep. Now listen here. You have no compassion for this woman. I've fallen into a similar situation just like this. I signed a mortgage. 3 months later, Miss Purcell fired my ass for no reason. And I'd like to get out of this contract myself, get back pay, all the interest back.
Well, we would all like to get that. But you know what? You sign a contract, you be an adult, you live up to your responsibilities.
Yeah, and then I got this girl pregnant. She wants this child support. I think we should all give everybody a break, and we should all go in the hole.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I think you're insane.
Love you, Tom.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. Frank on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Frank.
I just got off of Operation Noble Eagle 1, 2, and 3. I've been deployed for 22 months away from my family.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what? When she joined, she knew what she was getting involved. They tell you, don't get financially strapped where you can't deploy. So, as far as I agree with you 100%. I just got home last week. I think if she wants out, which would be inactive reserves, or give her a dishonorable discharge, let her pay everything back.
Do they make you pay everything back?
No. What they'll do is...
They should.
I agree. I don't want to give the unit. I am part of the California National Guard unit. I just got back. One, they should give her a dishonorable discharge if she wants out that bad. Two, when you join the Guard without any prior service, they make you sign a 6-year contract. So you already know you've signed a 6-year agreement with the Guard. So you already know what you're getting into. Everything's laid out. So if life changed, too bad. You adapt. They don't have to.
That's right.
You swore to uphold the Constitution, foreign or domestic. You took an obligation. You should fulfill your obligation.
That's right.
I mean, I've been gone, like I said, for 22 months. I'm not going to say exactly where I've been. I got to see my family 3 times in that 22 months. And, I mean, the max time at any point was 7 days.
And more importantly, you were doing dangerous work, and you could have ended up dead and never seen them again.
Right. You know what? Yeah, financially, we cut back. We did other things. And I'm sure right now my wife is listening. I guarantee it because she called me. And the only good thing was that my son got to listen to you the whole time I was gone. So you were a great mentor for him.
See, I'm the surrogate dad.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I'm concerned, if she wants out, dishonorable discharge, make it uncomfortable for her.
Absolutely, Frank. Thank you. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Matt on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, I got something to say about this lady who wants to get out of the service due to her financial situations or whatever it may be. I'm in the Coast Guard, and I work in an administrative office, and we run across this on a daily basis, people crying about, getting called up to do their service and whatnot. And the problem that you run into is you got all these reservists that get into the service, and all they want is free education, a little cash on the side, and
right.
they think all they have to do is do a drill here and there, and they're done.
These are welfare cheats who don't even have the self-respect to come down to the welfare office and apply for welfare. That's exactly what they've done. At least people who apply for welfare are honest about their intentions.
Mm-hmm. These people, all they do is piss and moan when actually something actually pops off and they actually get called to do what they signed up to do. And the minute it happens, what do? They bitch and cry and try and get the way out of it.
Talking to the newspaper, for God's sake. You know what? Buck up.
It's ridiculous. I mean, you got people out there, I mean, hey, active duty people. You know, their life gets in a twist too sometimes, you know. They still get shipped out.
Oh, it's so inconvenient. The country went to war, and you signed a contract saying that if we went to war, you'd go. Boo-hoo-hoo.
And then they want to come back on the agreement. It's common. It happens every day. I mean, a lot of people don't know about it, how often it's happening, but it's not something you can avoid.
Yeah.
But the way I see it is people like that, put them on a boat, you know, let them clean toilets for a living, you know. They don't want to get on their way, send them to an office where nobody else wants to be and have them clean the toilets and paint the walls.
Yeah.
They don't have to leave, but they're going to do their work. They're going to sign up. They wanted to sign up. They want to do their job. They're going to do their job.
I'm sure there's a lot of people who went to Iraq who didn't want to go to Iraq, but they knew that that was their job, and they did it.
I'd probably say the majority of them didn't really want to go over there and face possible nuclear and biological warfare. But at the same time, hey, you sign up. You know what you're getting yourself into. Let's not cry about it when you get called up to do your duties.
No doubt about it, Matt. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM. Michael on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
Look, I just have to disagree with the attitude of you and the other people who have spoken recently. I think that life changes sometimes do.
No, it's not like life changed over a 10-year period. This woman signed up last year. Then she got married. Now she wants to be with her husband instead of going to Iraq. If she's willing to pay back every penny with interest that we've given her, let's talk. But she's not going to pay back anything.
Now, obviously you disagree with me, but you know, I think there are some things that are extremely strong.
She's an adult and she signed a contract.
Wait a minute, you're signing a contract. The issue is whether she is fighting for her country or feels a certain...
She signed an agreement to do that.
Oh, well, look, I've got a student who signed an agreement to be in the band in the Navy, and right now is in Iraq, and no one's honoring his commitment to the band that was honored to him. So I just...
No, when you're in the Navy, your primary reason for being there is to protect our country, not to be in the band.
Well, tell that to an 18-year-old who doesn't necessarily understand.
An 18-year-old is an adult in this country. An 18-year-old can vote, an 18-year-old can sign contracts, an 18-year-old can get married.
Well, they can't drink.
That is one issue, and by the way, I think they should be able to drink, but that does not mean that they don't understand when they sign up for the Navy that means if we go to war, you're going to war.
I don't know. I teach those people. I'm a college teacher, and I have to tell you, I'm not sure if an 18 to 20-year-old necessarily always understands what they're getting into.
Well, you know what? They're going to understand really fast when they get sent to Iraq and they're made to live up to their responsibilities, and that's where they belong. Thanks a lot for the call. It's 1-800-5800-TOM.
The Tom Leykis Show. This is the Tom Leykis Show.
Yes! From Los Angeles at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's your telephone number. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Here we are together again on the radio. We're talking about a broad in Covington, Washington. 1 year ago, signed up to be in the National Guard. And then she got married. And now she's decided she doesn't want to go to Iraq. She's fighting it. Oh, my God. She thought she would get away with not going to Iraq if we went to war, and now we did, and now she wants... unbelievable. Unbelievable. Lisa on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Lisa.
I am so pissed off right now. I am active duty woman in the Navy. I've been in the Navy for 15 years. I am a single mother. And you know what? I took responsibility signing that contract and for my child. I my son is being taken care of. I'm getting ready to leave for the second time in 1 year to go back to that country.
Uh-huh.
Right? That pisses me off so bad. I had to pull over on the road.
Well, you clearly are an adult, and you took your responsibilities seriously. You knew what you were doing, and you are to be commended for the job you do. And look, it's not for everybody, and there are some people who should not sign up and should not go. But the people who especially should not sign up are the people who think that the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, the Marines, the Coast Guard, the National Guard are a welfare program where you sign up and you get a free college education and you get free money. People like that, you want to say they should be shot, but that would be wrong.
True, but you know what, Tom? I see it in my daily life. I'm in the medical field in the Navy, and right now I'm currently stationed with a Marine Corps unit.
Right.
And we take care of the Marines under this type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said before, it's my second time going out there. You wouldn't believe what goes on and how people and young ladies try to use that single parent line to get out of going on a deployment, get out of doing, certain obligations that the Navy requires of you. And it just, really pisses me off to the T that right now, oh my gosh, if I can see that woman in front of me right now, I think I would shake her. And it just really, really upsets me. You sign the paper. We live in a wonderful country. What other country in the world is going to give you these types of freedoms,
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to another country that we're trying to get back online so they can have some sort of democracy.
And look, if somebody doesn't want to go to war, all they have to do is not sign the contract.
There you go.
That's all they have to do. Yeah, let's use that money to pay somebody who is willing to go.
Yeah, that's right. That is right. And all I have to say is, you know what? I've only been listening to your talk show for about 2 months now, and this is the first time I'm calling. I love what you have to say about a lot of things, but this subject really right now touched me. And you know what? I have to say to those active duty, single parent moms and dads that are in the military, own up to your responsibilities. Just do what they ask of you, and it's not a hard job.
That's right.
And thanks for listening.
Lisa, thank you. Eric on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. Can you tell this lady who wrote this article that I want my money back and I want to give it to...
Oh, not the woman who wrote the article, the woman that they wrote about in the article.
Wrote it about. I want my money back. I want to give it to Lisa, and I want to give it to people like Frank. And the heck with that guy, Michael. I worked every day, 12 hours a day, went to college for 4.5 years, so I didn't have to go into the military. And I made decisions with my fiance so we didn't have kids. And I wore a condom, and I did all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And I pay my taxes, and I don't complain about it. But when my money goes to people like that, I want it back.
Yeah, I think we all want it back. I really can't believe that somebody could be allowed to sign a contract like that, and then when it gets hot, suddenly go, oh, I want out, and not be made to pay back every penny with interest.
Yeah, I want it all back. I pay my taxes just like everybody else, and I pay a lot in taxes. I six-figure income, and I pay a lot of money in taxes, and I don't complain about it at all. But when it's people like that, I get upset about it. The people that go and defend my country because I do not, I have honor for and respect for it.
Yeah, I agree with you, Eric, and I thank you for the call. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Brian on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Yeah, Tom, love your show.
Thank you.
I've ever been compelled to call in, but I'm ex-Navy SEAL, retired a few years ago after 19 years in the service. I've disappeared for 10 months at a time, and that was part of the deal. So to have the bigger problem that we're seeing here is that women, do not belong in the military. They do not belong there. I've seen lots of women who are as capable as men, but as a whole, if you take the male populace, you take the female populace, women as a whole are not as capable as a military group compared to men. It doesn't happen.
You know, I hear this same, I hear the same comment from men who do other dangerous jobs, police officers, firemen, the construction workers.
Tom, if I told you what happened to the physical fitness program in the Navy after they let women in, you'd be surprised. What we used to have to do to be the elite of the elite, the best of the best, More importantly, to be able to defend ourselves and defend the people around us, because we had to let women in. And in order to let women in, we had to make the test easier because, again, as a whole, they cannot perform to the level of physical excellence that men can. That's not to say women aren't as good. There are wonderful jobs in the military that women do far better than men. Women make far more effective administrators than men do. Far better as a populace. But on physical exertion and physical exercise, where field units need to be, carrying packs, carrying grunts, they are remarkably inadequate in that capability. Where they do excel, another area, is in their ability to handle pain. I've had soldiers that I've trained that have been at the point of exhaustion, and women can take themselves far further. That does not compensate for the fact that they can't carry a pack. That does not compensate for the fact that they can't carry me.
Yeah, what happens if you're injured out on the battlefield and all that's around you are women?
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. It just does not work, Tom. Matter of fact, there are field readiness unit reviews that go out that say certain percentages of women cannot do certain jobs.
Right.
Meaning they're good up until a point. We don't have that same qualification for men.
Very good points, Brian. Thank you for the call.
You want hits? Well,
yeah, the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Amanda, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I just wanted to call to say that I do agree with you that when you sign a contract, you are basically legally obligated to fulfill the terms of the contract, and I do agree with that.
Not just legally obligated, morally obligated.
Well, sure, and I do absolutely agree with that. But I did want to let you know that I've seen firsthand with both friends and a close relative, and these are all people who were 18 years old. It was during the time where, you know, find your college, find the right school, sign up for college. Oh, my gosh, where am I going to get the money for college? And, wow, there is a booth at the high school. Sign up for the military, be in the Army, be in the Navy, you know, whatever. We'll pay for college. And I actually had a relative who showed a slight interest because he didn't have a whole lot of money for college. And the recruiters, they picked up on that, and they called him on a regular basis, and they pushed and pushed and pushed. We'll pay for your college. All you have to do, serve 4 years. You know, you don't have to extend the contract, and we'll pay for your college when you're done. And I think, in a way, I mean, they need to look into how they advertise, basically, I mean, signing up for the military. That's why they're catching all those 18-year-olds, those ones who come from a low-income family and can't pay for college. And the lady that called in earlier who signed up for the military 15 years ago, times were different then. College wasn't a big deal. But nowadays, that's all kids think about.
Well, you know what? If this woman was so worried about college, she shouldn't have gotten knocked up.
Well, you're right.
She shouldn't have had a baby. And by the way, she wasn't 18. She's 20 when she signed up, and now she's 21.
Well, I understand that. That's a different situation, though. But they do...
When you realize she did not sign up years ago. She signed up 9 months ago.
Oh, I agree. And I do...
And somehow when she got married, suddenly she decided she didn't know what the contract said.
Well, I do agree with you that she should have to pay back the money with interest in this situation. But I did want to say that, I mean, not all cases are... I mean, a lot of the people who sign up for the military are... 18, just turned 18, right out of high school.
Well, let's face it. How many people would actually go if they knew they might get killed?
That's true. But, I mean, like I said, when they're in high school at 18 years old, the first thing on their mind isn't being killed. It's going to college. And when they use that, to rope these kids in, what else are they going to say?
Well, you know what? Hire an attorney. I mean, ask your parents to read the contract. What are you doing? I mean, you sign a contract. You're expected to fulfill it. That's adulthood.
You're right.
Nobody is forcing anybody to sign any contracts. Anybody who's so stupid that they think that somebody's going to give them money for college for doing absolutely nothing, how stupid is that? That person shouldn't be going to college anyway. That's an idiot.
Well, these recruiters need to quit harassing the kids then. I think they shouldn't even put up those booths.
Let me tell you, this chick was not in high school. This chick was 20 years old.
I know, but this is a different situation.
With a baby.
I'm talking about the 18-year-olds that get roped in right out of high school. That's not fair to those kids because they don't understand.
Well, they are adults.
No, but I understand that. But nobody sits there and tells them, oh, be in the military, you have a chance to be deployed and be killed.
Come on, who doesn't know that? Who doesn't know that? You know what? It would be one thing if we had 40 years of peace in this country, but we have been to war after war after war in this country. The current war, the Persian Gulf War, the Vietnam War, the Korean War. I mean, we've had war after war.
But that's not what they push to these 18-year-olds. They push college. We'll pay for your college. That's all they ever say. The last thing on their list of, oh, by the way, you could be deployed.
By the way, this just came in that this chick now, Cassie Anderson Broder, is not going to have to go. The military accepted her hardship excuse as a valid reason for not going in. And I say, if they accept that excuse, we should get every penny back, every penny she's been given.
Who would we need to write to complain about this?
Start with your congressman and your senator.
Okay.
Well, we should not be letting people out of these obligations without paying us back.
It's my understanding, for instance, let's just take unemployment, for example. If you file an unemployment claim and, it's you have to pay that back, I think she should have to pay this back as well.
Absolutely.
Tom.
Really?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
Anytime I see a woman driving like a Beamer, isn't it natural? Don't you just say, I wonder who paid for that?
Yeah, that's true.
You don't say to yourself, well, there's a successful woman. She's probably in real estate. You say, my God, look at that bimbo. Who paid for that car?
The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being part of our program. We appreciate it. It's Gary on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
Hi, Gary.
Yeah, my ex says that you're my twin. I'm a retired military officer, retired in 96.
Mm-hmm.
My stepdaughter spent 6 years in the reserves, and when she was into the reserves for 4 years, she did the college thing. They shipped her off to Bosnia.
Uh-huh.
My ex wanted me to use my contacts to get her out. I said absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
That was strike one. My daughter joined the Marines this year, and her mother tried to get her out of it. And the recruiters explained to her that she was going to go over to the Middle East. And her mother asked her what she's going to be, and she said a combat journalist. And she knew what she was in for. The military put me through college. I obtained 2 degrees, a helicopter pilot, and I'm getting a retirement check. And, of course, my ex wants a chunk of that.
I'll bet she does.
And this woman has no grounds. The military is an equal opportunity employer.
Well, the military accepted her grounds, and they're letting her out.
That's right.
It's outrageous. You know, if a man tried this, how lucky do you think he'd be?
Forget it. He'd be serving time.
That's right.
Or dishonorable.
Mm-hmm.
And, a lot of people are putting a lot of heat on the recruiters. I'm not a recruiter, but 3 recruiters came to my house, sat down, and explained what my daughter was getting herself into, to her and to my ex and myself.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people that are complaining about the military have no time at all. And basically, the military doesn't want high school dropouts. They, by the time you make sergeant, they want you to have a 2-year degree.
Mm-hmm.
I was a warrant officer, and I had to have a 4-year degree and a master's, and then I don't know. I think that she should serve jail time.
Or at the very least, pay back every penny with interest.
Exactly.
Because we didn't get anything for our money except another vacancy, for God's sake. Randy in Dallas, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
Okay, Randy.
I can't believe this woman. She's acting like, this is a foreign concept to her.
Mm-hmm.
When you join the military, if you have dependents, you sign what's called a family care plan,
mm-hmm.
which outlines exactly what will happen to your dependents if you get deployed.
Yeah.
There's nothing new here. She can't use the argument that, I didn't know, or...
I didn't know they might send me to an actual war. I thought I was getting college money.
I mean, you know, I heard some callers say, well, you know, it's a different military, a different time, yada, yada, yada. She might not have known or didn't expect it. And you go to basic training. That's all they pump into you.
And she was at basic training. She was at boot camp, for God's sake.
I mean, it's craziness. I mean, you have to sign a plan that says, okay, if I'm deployed, this is what's going to happen to my children or my dependents.